Hi, it's Mark, Director of Coffee over at Savor Brands, and today I'm super excited to talk to Nick Visconti, founder of Drink Coffee Do Stuff out of Lake Tahoe. Hey Nick, how's it going?
Hey Mark, how goes?
Really, really good. Thanks again for
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
not every day I get to talk to professional athletes too, so
Oh
it's pretty
God.
exciting. Definitely got to bring
Yeah,
that up. So,
get
so,
out of here. Past life, past life.
but Nick, we're really appreciative of the time and our how we could, earn your business and continue to, be a partner, providing, packaging. So we just wanted to take the time to showcase all the cool things that's going on, uh, with your brand and in your part of the country. So could you, talk about, a little bit about yourself and, how you found coffee, and what continues to drive your commitment to your craft.
Yeah, that absolutely. Well, one, thank you for your time and your business. It's been so rad working with y'all as partners, especially as we have grown from bootstrap to, a legitimate coffee organization that sells nationally and has a huge emphasis on in California, obviously. But so that journey really started with the inception of the Drink Coffee Do Stuff brand, which in a lot of ways was just my lifestyle. And I snowboarded professionally for about a decade before launching Drink Coffee Do Stuff. And in the falls, you would travel often to different glacial parts around the world because you were just chasing the snow, right? So we spent a ton of time in Saas-Fee, Switzerland, which is right next to the famous Matterhorn in Zermatt. But perched atop it is one of the highest cafes in the Alps at 12,000 feet. So our days on the glacier were just like espresso, snowboard, cappuccino, snowboard, like just so caffeinated and killing it. And yeah, just so caffeinated. But that was at the time I was doing some sponsorship with some energy drink stuff, and I could just never get behind the artificial ingredients, synthetic sweeteners. So I really started to gravitate towards coffee, not specialty coffee, not even caring about is more the abstract idea of using it as a fuel source and it fueling outdoor active lifestyle. And so when that became a fascination and an obsession, and then I wanted to transition from snowboarding into the coffee world, and definitely did my time, man. Like we lived up in Seattle and in Portland, and I apprenticed throughout the entire thing at different renowned roasteries and worked my way all the way through it. And the same thing with my snowboarding career. Like you work every step, right? And that is also true of a coffee. So it wasn't like just this cut and dry transition. But we really wanted to recreate that outdoor lifestyle brand identity and position specialty coffee as a fuel source for people in their outdoor active lifestyles. And so that's the inception. And just like so many companies started out of my kitchen and, sold one bag, sold another bag. And then fast forward, we've been in business for almost 5 years now. We launched in 2017 and the brand's continued to grow. And I think that a lot of it is yes, we have a really cool high altitude roasting story, and we have phenomenal brand positioning and really cool, sexy, unique branding. But I think a lot of it is that people just uh, they can relate, because that's what we all do. We drink coffee and do stuff. So there's like this emotional appeal that we're connecting with our consumers and keeps them coming back. Coffee's great, and either that or our bestseller, the name is Hell Yeah. People just like saying Hell Yeah. So it could just be that.
you know, yeah, reading about your story, through your website and just like, doing some research about you guys. It's really amazing, how you took, your previous life, your previous chapter as a professional athlete, and then just growing a business and learning, like you said, every step of the way. How has your role, from today and then reflecting back on when you first started, how has that evolved?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because the business in one way or another was predicated on my lifestyle and passion, I would say the biggest evolution is just being able to share the load, share the burden, share the responsibility, as well as the reward and the successes and the excitement and just the passion with our team as it's grown, our consumers as they've grown, all of our partners as that is the wholesale and grocery and e-commerce side of the business has expanded. But so I think like for me at first, I felt very alone. Like this is some crackpot idea. Like you're either gonna love it or hate it. It's called Drink Coffee, Do Stuff. And now there's an incredible, almost cult-like following and camaraderie. And so I think my role has really changed into just feeling a part of leading that camaraderie rather than just being, you know, the next guy who hit his head too many times snowboarding.
Well, you definitely are the face of the brand, and I've noticed too that you have multiple locations. So how has the company itself evolved, and how do you kind of maintain you keep that energy and that culture, as you begin to expand and grow?
Absolutely. Well, I think that's a great question. Culture is so critical, especially for our brand, because while we've won many national awards on the coffee and we continue to put a huge amount of emphasis in our sourcing and sustainability and quality control, with a particular emphasis on the sustainability because we're in Tahoe, we're in a mountainous region. Obviously, like to the north and south of us, every summer is burning. Everyone hears about the California wildfires. So the environmental aspect of what we do is really core to us, and however we can. But as the brand has grown, we really operate in 4 major channels now: grocery, wholesale, commerce space, as well as our own retail operations. And we found that those ways give us the most direct relationship, not necessarily the most direct conversion rate, but the most direct relationship with our consumers. And they're not just customers; they're people that we do life and business with. And I think again, because of there's so much camaraderie in all of the things, the shared interests and passions that we have. So Drink Coffee, Do Stuff. Yes, it's a business. Yes, we're for profit. Yes, we want to continue to grow and sell more coffee, and subsequently buy more bags. But at the end of the day, like our major goal has been to how, as we're expanding the business, do we continue to protect the culture? And the best way that we've found to do that is by prioritizing the culture and living it out ourselves.
As Drink Coffee Do Stuff has evolved over the years, I noticed you have more locations now. How do you maintain culture and continue to grow, maintain culture, and make sure that all of those, your mission and values are shared upon, your business as it continues to expand?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in brief, I would just say the culture is a huge emphasis for us. I mean, we are a lifestyle coffee brand. And because of that, as we continue to grow, we have to make sure that we're being authentic to ourselves, and that kind of bleeds into our staff and it then encouraged through all of our customers. So the best way that we can protect the culture as the business grows is to make sure that we're just living it out ourselves. For me, that means like a lot of snowboarding and motorcycles. My business partner, it's making sure that he gets out and he's surfing and traveling. And so we try to do a really good job at the work-life balance and encouraging all of our staff just to go crush it, and maybe some of them, this is a career, maybe some of them it's just a workspace, but however temporary or long that they're working for us, we just want to be able to really enrich their life, because we really do believe that extraordinary coffee leads to an extraordinary life. So we got to live that out.
I believe that wholeheartedly too.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
Kind of going back to you specifically, you mentioned that your time as a professional athlete, you would, travel all over the world. I know we're still, getting back to traveling, after the past couple of years, but has your position, now that you have a team, allow you to travel to source coffee, as well as, roast it and pass on knowledge, things like that?
Absolutely. I would love to say yes. And but the quick answer is not really and not yet. And the some of that is we started right at the cusp of 2018. So we were, only in business for like 2 years before COVID, and that shut everything down. And we've opened our retail businesses during that time period, and we've seen really strong growth in the past 4.5 years since we launched the business. But because of like startup, year or two,
of course,
and then pandemic year or two, we're just starting to get into those type of just the opportunity to start. But the short answer, we'd love to, and we have great relationships with some of the coffees that we purchase, and I really look forward to jet setting again.
Yeah.
I just had a baby too. I have a 7-month-old. It's the travel.
Hey. Okay. Well, congratulations. Yeah, that's definitely way more important than sourcing coffee right now.
Yeah, totally. But dude, yeah, like the dream is to go to, our friend's estate in Peru, Ruta Stalinka. It's like a 9-hour Jeep ride through dirt trails through the Andes. And you're like, that's speaking our language for sure.
Yeah. And, we really appreciate you guys supporting us, by showcasing your bags. And when we buy coffee, I noticed that you guys have some really interesting coffees from, all over the world. So that's kind of why I asked, like, oh, I wonder if Nick, actually went out there and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yes. Yeah, that's the dream. We'll get there.
Yeah. So as as the founder, you've seen it all, done it all. Could you maybe share one or two of, highlights or the two proudest moments, of Drink Coffee Do Stuff thus far?
Gosh, yeah, that's great. Let me think about what those are. Well, the two proudest moments of Drink Coffee Do Stuff this far, one is very personal, and then one is a little bit more public.
Okay.
And I would say, yeah, like we've won coffee awards and we've expanded the business exponentially, and we operate and perform really good in all the categories. But the reality is that it's the byproducts of the business that we're really passionate about. The byproducts are creating 4-season full-time jobs in a very transient and tough place to make a living and stay. And so one of the proudest things that I've done personally is create 30 jobs in the Tahoe region for people that live and love Lake Tahoe, and to allow them to be able to stay here. We have families that work for us, and kids within those families. And while there's a responsibility to that, being able to, the operation being able to sustain that many people and keep them here is really rewarding personally. And then the second is, dude, honestly, it's reoccurring. One of my favorite things about Drink Coffee Do Stuff is when we pull up to one of our shops on a pow day, and there's just like cars spread across the entire lot with skis and snowboards, and everyone's going to get knee deep at the mountain. I'm like, this is it. This is literally what I imagined, is being able to roll up to a coffee shop, have a killer shot, and then go ride POW all day.
Yeah.
So stoked. So yeah, the creating jobs and creating the culture has just been so rewarding.
Yeah. You talk a lot about community, and like you said, building that work family, and providing opportunities for your community, whether it's employment, a really cool place to drink coffee. How has the community in Tahoe, embraced Drink Coffee Do Stuff since you formed the company?
Absolutely. Our goal was always to recreate that Swiss experience that I continued to have. We wanted to fuel people up for their outdoor active lifestyle. And I think that when we started, we were a coffee company just selling coffee, because culture and brand identity and lifestyle components, that happens over time. That happens over events, that happens over conversations every day at the coffee shop, that happens when you run into your vendors or your wholesale partners at the mountain, or at the lake and the beach. And so those things really took time. So people were really receptive because I've lived here for a long time and we had great community. There was an acceptance and an excitement about the brand when we launched, but now it's far surpassed, myself or the relationships that me and my family or us and our staff have. And to now it's kind of like this, like I said earlier, almost like this cult-like type of thing. I don't even know how to explain it. But yeah, people are pretty down for drink coffee do stuff up here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know I need to I haven't been there in years, so I definitely need to make it back to Lake Tahoe for some family time in the near future.
Oh, dude. Are you from the mainland?
No, I'm born and raised here on Oahu.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool. Well, dude, don't be a stranger, man.
Yeah.
If you come this way, please let us know for sure.
And I talked to I don't know, did you work with Chelsea too prior to like when we first did your bags, or she's been your contact? Yeah. So she moved she moved back to California too. So I told her, I'm talking to you today. So she just sends her best, and I gotta tell her to go visit your guys' shops too.
Yeah, no doubt, man. That's really cool. Well, yeah, please do. I mean, for yourself first, like it's just a great place to visit.
Yeah.
But if you're in the area, let's let me buy you a coffee or a cocktail.
For sure. Awesome. Last question, then I know you're a real busy guy, so thank you again for the time. What's next for Drink Coffee Do Stuff? I mean, any cool upcoming projects you can share, or just anything that you wanna talk about?
Savor Live, right?
Hey, okay. It's not about, we appreciate that, but it's not about us, but like anything specific just to you guys. Yeah.
You know what? So like that's a really good question. We always have irons in the fire. I think we're just getting started. We are pretty aggressive about growing the business, and not in a way because it impacts bottom and top line, but in a way because it's actually creating culture. It's creating jobs, and our customers are our friends. And so when you have those type of like personal rewards, and on a daily basis, you just want to continue to impact more people. And that's not to say that like I don't want to like oversell it, like we are just a coffee company, but like you either like when you're down for Drink Coffee Do Stuff, like it's pretty cool. And so I think for us, we're just excited about growing more. Let's see, how do I say this really brief? For us, we're excited about growing the business more so that we can impact more people and do more stuff.
That sounds great. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
Well, right on. Well, again, Nick, we really appreciate, your partnership and, earning your business, every day and continuing, this cool ride with you. So, thanks again so much. It been a pleasure talking to Nick Visconti, founder of Drink Coffee Do Stuff out of Lake Tahoe. Thanks, Nick.
Right on. Mahalo.